shocking. Something very sad will happen, and it has everything to do with your daughter. Daughter, mine, my son, I need you to stop everything now. Don't ignore this message. No, you close this video thinking it's another more among so many. This is different. This is personal. This is for you. You, daughter, your dear and beloved daughter is in a situation you need to listen to. No, later, not tomorrow. Now, at this very moment, you must stay until the end, because what do in the next few minutes, the decisions you make, the steps you take, or stop giving, they can change everything. They can change the course of an entire life. They can change your future. Do you understand? It's urgent. It's something that it can wait. My son, my daughter, let me ask you something that maybe you never stop to think. Do you really know your daughter? Do you know? Where is she when you don't see her? Do you know in? What do you think when you are alone? Do you know with? Who talks when you're sleeping, you know? What is the true state of your heart right now? Because while you're here, while you're working, while you live your life, something is happening that you can't see. There's something moving, getting closer, developing in your life that you can't reach with your hands, that you can't stop with words, that you can't slow down with your presence alone, physics. And that's scary, isn't it? That feeling like you're not in control, that anguish that something is getting out of hand, that worry that won't let you sleep at night. Do you feel her? That knot in the chest when you think about her, that fear that invades you when you imagine his future, that restlessness that doesn't come out of your head. Well, state in the comments 777 if you've ever felt that. There is the reason why you are feeling this. Now, there's a reason why you click on this video. There is a reason for the one you're here listening to these words at this very moment. Because something is happening in the life of your daughter you need to know. Something that is growing, which is taking shape, and you're wasting time. You're giving up. Pass by. It's slipping through your fingers. And when you finally wake up, when you finally see what really it was happening, maybe it's too much. Late. Maybe you can't back down such. If you can't undo what has already been done, you may have to live with the consequences of this negligence, this delay. I'll do that one later. If you feel that something is happening with your daughter that you fail to see clearly, that you fail to understand, write in the comments. Reveal to me, Lord, for this is not a empty feeling, it's not a worry, founded. There's really something going on, and you need to face it head on. Your daughter, he's in a situation. He's in a critical moment. He's going through something that can change everything for her. And what are you doing? Are you asleep? Are you distracted? Do you think everything is fine when is everything really changing? My son, my child, there is something very sad that can happen. There is a real possibility, concrete, that you need to consider. One possibility that can take away your sleep, peace, security. And you need to be prepared. You need to be attentive. You need to be awake because the time is running out. Every day that passes is a day less. Every moment you put off is a moment lost. Every decision that does not, Thomas, is a gap that opens up and not you can go back in time. No, you can take back the days that are already. They went. You can't change what's already done. You can only act now, alone. You can make a difference in this. Wait a minute. Now is the time. Now he is the critical moment. Now you must be here. You must be listening. You must to be seeking to understand what is happening with your daughter, who is so important, which is at the center of everything. She's the focus. She's the point. Critic. She is what matters in this message. And you're the one who can do the difference. You are the one who can change things. You are the one who has the power to act. But you need to stay here with me. You need to listen up to the final. You need to understand what I'm going to reveal to you, because this can save him everything. My child, you are here. You don't. You went. You did not ignore. That means that you really want to know. It means that there's something inside of you that can't rest until you find out what is happening with your daughter. And I see it. I see that real concern. I see that love, genuine. But let me tell you something that it will make you understand why you feel so much afraid at the moment. Your daughter is in a turning point. It's not like any other time of his life. It is not just like any other stage. This is different. This is critical. This is the moment when everything can change towards one side or the other. And most of parents don't notice when it comes in that moment. Most of them are so busy, so distracted, so caught up in everyday things, who do not see the powered warning sign flashing right in front of his eyes. But you saw her, you felt you are here. And that's not coincidence, because I am you calling now. I'm waking you up now. I'm alerting you now while there's still time, while there's still opportunity, while there is still hope. Have you really thought about what does your daughter face every day? Have you stopped to consider everything that comes to her? What touches her? Does it influence? Do you think you know everything that is living? Do you think you stand by his side of the way you really need? Because let me tell you something that is very difficult. To hear something that hurts, something that maybe you don't want to accept. Your daughter may be further than you can imagine. Your daughter, you may be going through things that you don't. Suspicions. Your daughter may be facing pressures, fears, confusion that you do not understand. And the worst of everything is that she can be alone in that, all alone, thinking that no one understands her, thinking that no one can help her, thinking that she is trapped in a situation he can't get out of. And in the meantime, you're there at the other side, believing that everything is fine, believing that he is safe, believing that time will solve it. But the time, it doesn't solve anything when there is something so serious happening. The weather is only getting worse. The things. Time just let her. The wound is getting bigger. The weather, it just deepens the distance. He declares in the comments, 44, if you think I can protect your daughter, there is no perfect communication. There is no total transparency. There are always things that remain in the shadows. Things that are not said, things that your daughter carries. alone. And that's dangerous, my son. It's very dangerous. Because when a son or a daughter starts carrying things by herself, when he starts keeping secrets, when he starts to create a double life, a life that you don't see, a life that you don't, that's where it all starts to collapse. That's where it all starts to disintegrate. My son, my daughter, let me make you a tough question. When was the last have you ever really talked to your daughter? When was the last time you came down to his level? When was the last time did you really listen to her? Not for correct her, not to judge her, not to impose your will, but to really to hear her. Because there is a difference between to be physically present and to be really present. There is a difference between talking to someone and actually connect with someone. And your daughter feels that difference. Feel when you are distracted. Feel when you're not really there. She feels when you love her, but you don't understand her. And when he feels that, moves away, closes, looks in another place what you are not giving, and it is there, where things get out of your control. That's where she starts to be influenced for other voices, for other people, for other things. And you are left behind without knowing what happened, not understanding when it changed. Everything. But it changed. Everything changed. And maybe you haven't noticed. There is something very sad. What can happen to your daughter if you wake up now, if you don't change course, now, if you don't make a decision, different now, because every day that it happens, every night you sleep, the moment you don't act, something is happening, something is growing, it's taking shape, and you're losing opportunities, you're letting it be, close the windows, you're letting it close the doors, and when they finally wake up, when you finally perceive the seriousness of the situation, it's already too late. Maybe the damage is already done. You may have to facing the consequences of an choice that you made or that you stopped to do. My son, my daughter, there is something that you need to know about your daughter. There is something that I see and you don't see yet. There is something that I know and that you only now begin to suspect. And that situation, that reality that is developing in your life can change it, everything. It can be the breaking point. It may be the point of no return. And you need to be prepared. You need being awake. You need to be ready to act. Because if you don't, if you don't move, if you don't take this message seriously, something really sad is going to happen. My daughter, my son, has come the moment of truth. Has arrived the moment. I'm going to take off the veil and show you exactly what is happening with your daughter, because you deserve to know it. You deserve to know from the Kashin dot beginning, but I needed you to come so far with an open heart, with the mind alert and with the soul ready to receive what I have to tell you. Why? Now you're ready. Now you can. Listen. Now you can understand. Thus, that let me be clear. Let me be straight. Let me talk to the authority I have. Your daughter is being attacked. He is not a rhetorical figure. No, it's a metaphor. It is a reality, spiritual. It's a real war. He is a genuine attack. There are forces that do not, you can see with your natural eyes that they are acting against your daughter in this same time. They're trying to rob him its purpose. They are trying to confuse his identity. They're trying to push her away from me. They are trying to destroy the future that I have planned for her since before I was born. This is the truth that you need to hear. This is the reality that you need to face. Your daughter is not in danger only from natural things, visible, tangible. Your daughter is being the target of a spiritual persecution, systematic, planned, executed by forces that hate everything it stands for: life, purpose, freedom, and truth. Why? These forces, my son, are cunning. They are wise. They don't attack in an obvious way. No, they come with horns and red wings, saying, "Come to the dark side." No, they come in a subtle way. They come through of the influences that she consumes, through the friends he chooses, through of the social networks you visit, through the videos he watches, through of the thoughts he has when she's alone at night thinking about who. It's what does he want? Where is he going? They arrive, whispering. They arrive planting doubts. They arrive offering false promises of happiness, of acceptance, of belonging. Declares in the comments 333, if you think I can shield the mind from your daughter, and your daughter, she's in that age, at that stage, when it is more vulnerable, in which he is looking for answers, in which he is forming who is he, in which he is trying to discover their place in the world. Why? Precisely at this critical moment, just when you need direction the most, truth and safety, the enemy is there, with the sharpened weapons, ready to, stealing all that from him, ready to give, lies instead of the truth, ready to offer false identities instead of the true identity that I put in her, ready to lead her off the path. That's right. And you're seeing signs of that, and you don't understand them. You are feeling that something is wrong, and you think it's normal. You are noticing small changes in how he talks, in how he acts, and do you think it's just adolescence? But it's not. There are something much deeper. There is a death, the spiritual beginning. There is negligence is growing. There is a distance developing. And if that stops, if you don't act now, that death can be completed, that negligence can become total abandonment, that estrangement can to become eternal separation. My son, my child, the enemy has a very clear strategy. He knows that if he succeeds, destroying the teenage generation, as young people, if he manages to divert that generation of your purpose, if you get to enslave her in confusion, in vices, in lies about his identity, in constant distraction, you will be able to defeat no, only to one person, but to families, whole churches, whole nations, whole. Because the future generation is the seed of the future. The future generation is the one that will inherit the earth. The future generation is the who will establish the kingdom or destroy it, everything. And the enemy knows it. He knows the value of this generation. That's why he's so aggressive, so focused, so determined in destroying your daughter, your son, your children, to this whole generation. He wants to be lost. He wants to be self-destruct. He wants them to give up their purpose. He wants them to live lives empty of meaning, empty of address, empty of me. If you recognize, now that your daughter is under attack, spiritual, that there are real forces acting against her, and you want to free her, write in the comments, I want my children protected, because this is the time, this is the opportunity, this is the time when you should take a position, this is the time when you can't stay with your arms crossed, this is the time when you should understand that your daughter is not only your responsibility, naturally, it is your responsibility, spiritual. You are his warrior. You are his protection. You are the one that I put to take care of, store, cover with, prayer, with truth, with presence, with firm love, to that creature who trusts you're careful. And if you don't do your part, if you don't, you get up. If you don't
Olá,
intercede,
seja bem-vindo
if you
ao
don't,
canal.
you
No
face
vídeo
those
de hoje eu
spiritual
vou estar
forces,
falando
who will
pouco
do it?
sobre a lei
Who will
da
be by your
atração,
side
os
when you need it
sentimentos, os
most?
pensamentos,
Because
como que
you, I'm sure
funciona no
there are
nosso dia a
moments,
dia.
there are nights, dark.
Imagina,
There are
toda
hours
casa, todo
when your
carro,
daughter,
todo
she's on her
emprego,
own,
trabalho
facing things
começou na
that don't
mente,
you can imagine.
através do
My daughter, my
pensamento.
son,
Você
you
pensou
have,
na sua
I've come this
casa
far,
antes de
and
fazer
that's
ela.
already a sign.
Assim são,
That's
os
already the
nossos
beginning of the
pensamentos
change.
criam a
Because you
nossa
listened,
realidade.
because you
Os
didn't ignore,
pensamentos mais
because you are willing to
predominantes,
face
é
the
claro.
truth. And
Seja
I honor
estes
that. I see
pensamentos
it.
bons
And
ou
now,
ruins,
right now, I
quer
want you to
você
understand
acredite ou
something
não,
very important,
mas é a
something
realidade.
that will change
Você traz as
everything for
ideias
your
do
daughter,
mundo não
something that
físico
will
para o
restore
mundo
hope,
físico.
something that
Não
will bring light
físico
to
aqui
this
coloco
darkness.
como o
You are not alone in
pensamento,
this
o
struggle. You never
espiritual
were.
ou
While
vórtice,
those
como
forces
diz
attack your
Abraham
daughter,
Hicks.
God,
Mas
I am
daí
here.
você
I'm on
pode
the
me
other side of the
perguntar:
trench.
eu
I am
não
closer to
criei
her
o
than
problema
that
no
any
qual eu
enemy
estou
could be.
vivendo, a
I
situação na
see
qual eu estou
every attack
vivendo hoje?
before it comes. I
Sim,
know
você
every
criou
strategy
de certa
before it is
forma.
executed, and
Cada
I'm ready
vez
to
que
act.
temos um
I am
pensamento,
ready
uma
to
atitude
intervene. I
negativa,
am ready
criamos
to
uma
liberate,
realidade
because
igual
that
na
is my
nossa
nature.
vida.
That's my mission.
Você já
I came to
observou que
free the
quando
captives.
pensamos em
I
alguém,
came to restore
passa
the
alguns
dembless,
minutos, algum
broken.
tempo, alguns
I came to
dias,
bring
essa
light to the
pessoa
darkness.
simplesmente
And your
aparece
daughter,
ou liga.
she's not out
Simples
of
assim.
my reach.
Então
It is not
criamos
beyond my
sim a nossa
compassion. She's
realidade,
not too
como
lost.
dito
To be
antes.
found, she
Os
is
seus
alive, she
pensamentos
is
mais
here, and I see in her
predominantes
potential,
criam a
purpose,
realidade atual.
beauty, value,
A lei da
that
atração
sometimes
funciona assim.
you can see when she's
Assim que você
confused, when he is
entende
under
o que
attack,
é,
when
como
he is
é e
away,
como
but I
usar,
see it.
você
I
verá os
see who it is.
resultados
Really,
surgirem em sua
I see
vida.
who he can
Eu
become, and
baseio
I
os
want
meus
you to see it
estudos
too.
em
Because when
experimentos
you
e
start to
nos
see your daughter
estudos
like me,
sobre
I see
programação
her. Everything
neurolinguística,
changes.
inteligência
When you stop
emocional,
seeing
além
only the
dos livros O
mistakes, the
Poder do
problems, the
Subconsciente, do Dr.
difficulties,
Joseph Murphy,
and you start to see
o
the
Pai Barney, A
potential,
Ciência
the
para
beauty,
Ficar Rico,
the
Neville
purpose,
Goddard
the
e, claro,
communication changes,
e
the
muitos
relationship
outros
changes,
estudos.
the
É um
link changes,
conjunto de
and that's where
sentimento,
the
razão e querer
liberation.
que
State
faz
in the
tudo
comments.
mais
999.
possível.
If
A
you think I'm a God who
principal
liberates,
engrenagem é
lives,
ter a
my son,
certeza,
my
a
daughter,
fé
let me
de
show
que
you
tudo
something
já é
you need to
seu,
do
já
now.
está feito.
Let me give you an
O
address.
sentimento
Practice to
funciona
deal with this
assim.
situation.
Você
First,
precisa
you need to
dele para
recognize that there is a real
constituir
war.
os outros
It's not just a
fatores.
phase, It's not
Imagina
only adolescence.
qual é o
There are forces,
sentimento que você
spirituals at
tem
work.
quando você
And you
está
can't
bravo.
winning a war
Raiva.
that you don't
Qual é o
recognize that
sentimento
it
que você
exists.
tem
So the
quando
first
algo
step is
não
wake
está
up,
bem?
open your
De
eyes,
tristeza,
say,
de
yes,
mágoa
something
ou
is
algo
going on and I'm
parecido.
going to face it.
Então, os
You already
sentimentos
took
têm
that step
sim
when you got here.
importância na
Secondly,
criação
you must
ou na
understand that your
cocriação
presence,
do
it
teu
matters.
desejo.
Your voice matters.
Para
Your love,
você
it matters. Your
tornar
prayers
seus
matter.
desejos
I don't
mais
know. Try to
fáceis
be
e até
perfect.
mesmo mais
It's not about
rápido, você
having all the answers.
precisa
It's
deste
about to be
conjunto
there, to really care,
anteriormente
to
dito,
show every day that you love
pois
her, that you
é
believe in her,
interligado ao
that
outro.
you are next to her.
Faça você o
Because
teste e
when a
veja os
daughter, a son
resultados.
feels that he really is loved,
Pensamentos
he really
geram
is
os
valued,
sentimentos, que
that it really
geram as
matters,
ações e
they come
trazem
back
os
stronger in the
resultados.
face of attacks,
Você
they take
pensa
deeper
e
roots.
isto se torna
Third, it
sentimento
must be
em
the voice of
você,
truth.
no
You must
qual
speak
você
truth with
age,
love,
ou
with
seja, a
constancy,
ação é
with conviction.
tomada e a
You
partir
must
daí
to tell
você
him who he
colhe
really
os
is,
resultados que
to tell
você
him that
plantou em
was
sua
created
mente
with purpose,
consciente.
to tell her that has infinite value, to tell him that there is a plan for her, a future, a hope, and say it over and over again, because the enemy is going to whisper to her constantly that he's worthless, that he doesn't. It is important that no one loves her, and you must be that contrary voice. You must be that voice that tells the truth when everything is screaming lies all around. Fourth, you must pray, you must intercede, you must get harmony spiritually between your daughter and those attacks. You must cover it with prayer. You must mention his name before me and asking for protection, disclosure, liberation, wisdom. Because when a father or a mother really prays, when intercede with a sincere heart, the things that are very close to activating. Stay with me because in the next block, I'm going to reveal to you the hidden message that appears after the peers' second round. Because this message, explain your destiny, how to know if a third round exists for you, and what it happens in your life when the network declares your full name. What is coming is the strongest part of the whole process. No, go away. The following will change your complete view of what is happening. All right, don't move, don't do this now, because what you are about to hear, it is the most reserved part of all this energy operation. Most of the people never get here. Most of them are lost among the doubt, the fear, the anxiety, or the mistaken idea that the abundance is not for them. But not you. You got to this point. You crossed the line. You held a vibration needed. That's why, Koi, I can reveal to you something that almost no one in the world knows. What exactly is going on? When is the second round released? And what message appears right after? This message is not a physical text. It is not a mail. It's not a notification. It's a energy message. A phrase that arrives to your mind from the inside, not from the outside. A phrase that feels like thought, but it was not born in you. And that phrase is the definitive sign that the system completed its cycle with you. Before, from the second round, comes silence. Listen carefully. The previous moment to liberation is not noise, it is not chaos, it's not anxiety, it's silence. A silence that does not bother, but embraces. The people who have gone through this process describe that silence. So it was as if the world stopped for a second. Why? No, it's not imagination. That silence, it happens because the energy grid goes down all of your internal frequencies to stabilize the field. They need that. You are at an exact point, not even very high, not too far down, just calm. When the system detects that calm enters into the last stage, the stage of liberation, quiet. At this stage, everything is moving behind the veil. While you're breathing, the system does the following. Verify your frequency, adjust the amount, aligns time, eliminates blockages, ensure that the energy flows. With no return, seal the transaction. Why? Here comes what almost no one understands. The transaction is released into energy before being released in money. First, you receive spiritually, then physically. That's why many people, they feel a sudden lightness hours before the amount appears. By that they feel an unexpected break. By that they feel that something settled internally. This is the deposit energetic. The visible part is always, it comes later. The arrival of the message, hidden, just when the second round projects to you. The network sends a internal message. It's not a long sentence. It's not an explanation. It's not a speech. It's a line, a single line. But that line contains the meaning, full of why they chose you. The message usually appears as an sudden thought, as if the idea came from your own mind, but it's not yours. The message varies depending on the person, but it has a common pattern. It reminds you, who are you really? Some receive, it was your time. You were not forgotten. Your light was seen. What you gave comes back. You were alone, but never abandoned. And others receive even deeper phrases as we fulfill with your soul. They, balance returns. The debt was paid. Your kindness has multiplied. Whatever the phrase that comes, you will have a certainty, total. It didn't come from you, it came for you. That message is the final signature of the hands, silent. It's his way of closing the portal for all doubts. It is his way of saying, this was yours, and already he arrived. What happens after the message, after the internal message, appears? The vibration of the body changes. You don't need to do anything. It happens by itself. Here are the most common sensations. 1. A relief you can't explain, as if something heavy that you carried for years, he finally fell to the ground, as if your chest will open up. 2. A lightness in the mind. Thoughts stop from running. Your mind is spinning. Your heart feels safe. 3. A small tingling in the hands. It is not tremor, it's energy moving outward. It is the expansion of the second round. 4. A little emotional boost. It may be you want to cry, or you want to laugh, or of breathing deeply. That is the energy coming in. The appearance of the number. After the message and the feeling comes the external sign, a number. That number won't be random. It may coincide with your date of birth, an important date, a address, a number you dreamed of, a repetitive sequence. 1 1 1 2 2 3 3 7 7. When that number appears on your environment, on your cell phone, on a watch, on a receipt, anywhere, that's the signal that the second round is already in way. That number is the signature of the universe, confirming that the invisible, it has already materialized. There is a third round. Not all people get to this question. Not all vibrations, they allow it, but you're vibrating high enough to deserve the recent answer. Yes, it exists, but it is only activated for people whose name is marked as a complete cycle, a stamp, vibrational than the silent hands. They assign only to the souls that transform, energy from others without destroying yourself, themselves. But only 3 types of people. They receive this stamp. 1. Those who help, without waiting. 2. Those who are still standing, after breaking up. 3. Those who do not. They take away light from no one to shine. And you did 2 of these. Only 1 is missing. And that last one is activated with a single thing. When you accept your abundance without guilt. That's why this is so important. Wait a minute. That's why the second round is so decisive. How to know if your name is being considered for the cycle complete? There are 3 signs. 1, you feel that something changed today. Even if you can't to explain, is your soul recognizing its expansion. 2, you feel at peace even though don't have all the answers. It is the energy is stabilizing. 3, your body, he had a physical reaction while you were listening to this block. A chill, a warmth, a deep breath, a sigh. This means that the network is all ready. He is studying for the third phase. Stay with me, because in the next block, the block 8, I'm going to reveal to you how the full cycle is projected on your life. What does one really mean? And third round, why does it only come to who has a marked destiny and which? It will be the ultimate sign that will change your history. What is coming is even more deep. The strongest of all is for arrive. All right, stay here. This is the moment when history ceases to be a transaction. It ceases to be a shipment, stop being an act of gratitude, and it becomes a destination. What you are, point of listening now, is the peak